When I was overweight, I always told myself I didn't have the time to get in shape. I was studying 4 to 5 hours to be valedictorian of my class, was running multiple clubs, my own business, working, volunteering. I was doing a bunch of stuff. So it was true that I was really busy. But where the problem lies is the fact that I was saying I couldn't do something, that I didn't have the time to put my health to the front of my life. And for a long time after I lost the weight, I really tried to figure out, why did I think that? Why did I say that to myself? Because honestly, looking back, I regret not losing the weight sooner. Even if you skip all the social stuff of people treating you better, getting better respect from guys, girls coming up to you, I genuinely feel so much better health-wise. I have less problems, more energy, just everything in your life is better. So it got me thinking, like, what made me not lose it sooner? And it really hit me the other day when I read a quote that said, it's easier to think you can't do something than to think you could do it but chose not to. And looking back, I was doing all these things. I was having accomplishments, but I was convincing myself I couldn't lose weight because it would be easier on myself. I'm an extremely competitive person. I always wanted to be the best. That's why I was #1 of my class. That's why I was literally state ranked, nationally ranked in all the clubs or teams I was on. And I think a part of me didn't want to realize that I wasn't the best at my health. Even if I was competing with no one and just myself yesterday, I wasn't even getting better than that. I was getting worse as the days went on. And I wish I could sit here and tell you guys there was this one day in high school, this one person made fun of me and it flipped the switch. I went crazy, lost all the weight, made a bunch of time for it. But that's not what happened. I didn't have this crazy eureka or aha moment of how I'm gonna lose the weight. It took time, but I'm here to help you guys get through that and to come up with a plan. Just like I do with all of my clients, I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to fit in losing weight with a busy schedule. The #1 tip I have is to realize it doesn't take a lot of time to lose weight, especially if you're talking about just losing weight and not losing fat. Those two things are very different. Losing weight is when you lose a bunch of muscle and a bunch of fat. That's gonna end you up in that skinny fat stage. While on the other hand, losing fat is where you're working out, keeping your muscle, eating protein, and losing mostly fat and keeping your muscle. That's what's gonna give you the tone, defined, all those good athletic looks at the end. But my point is, even if you're just trying to lose weight, because there are definitely some health benefits to being skinny fat compared to obese or overweight, it literally takes 0 minutes and 0 seconds out of your day. You will gain time from eating less food. So let's think about this logically. How do you lose weight? You lose weight by eating less calories. That's as simple as it gets. It is thermodynamics. If you eat in a calorie deficit, you're gonna lose weight. So if you're overweight or obese right now, you're gonna have to eat less than you're currently eating. And if you're eating less, that means you're gonna spend less time eating and you're gonna save time. So you're gonna gain time from losing weight. But that's honestly just on the end if you just wanna lose weight and not lose fat only. So you're probably sitting there like, Nick, bro, I don't wanna just lose fat. I wanna lose weight. I wanna look good. I wanna be really healthy. That's where it gets a little more complicated, but I'm here to tell you, you can still do it because I did it. I'm living proof that it can be done. And all of my clients that I work with also do it. I work with clients who have 50 to 80 hour work weeks. They have long work weeks. I'm talking doctors, lawyers, engineers, people who are really busy and they're still able to get the work done, put the work in, and that's where I'm there to help them. So once you figure out, okay, I'm gonna eat in a calorie deficit, I have some other videos on that, but once you figure that out, that's your first step. That's gonna save you time. Now, the next step is gonna be figuring out how you can fit in a workout. The best thing if you wanna build muscle is, of course, weight training. So that means getting to a gym or using a home workout. You really only need to be spending about 45 minutes to an hour in the gym. And I'm gonna say this as completely truthful as I can and as completely blunt as I can. You can afford 45 minutes for your health. And if you're not willing to put in that 45 minutes, it's gonna cost you more time later down the line when you end up in the hospital, when you can't get up the stairs, when you can't get up for work. It's gonna cost you more time in the long run. But how are you gonna actually fit it in? That's what a lot of people ask me. I was studying 4 or 5 hours a day, extra hours on top of that, doing clubs, work, volunteering. So I did not have a lot of time. I was getting up at 4:45 a.m., going to bed at 10, 11 p.m. and repeating that cycle, 5 hours of sleep for the entirety of high school. But that's when I lost the 70 pounds and made the most progress. So a lot of you are probably thinking like, where did I fit that in? Where did I fit in that 45 minutes to an hour? And the simple answer is I had to cut stuff out. I had to cut out talking to my friends. I had to cut out talking to my family. Of course, I was still able to spend time with them, especially on the weekends and a bit during the week. But other than that, I was locked in on my goals. I was even studying between sets. You would catch me like in between like a bench press set with my textbooks open. And of course, you don't have to take that extreme approach, but that's just the type of person I am. I'm the type of person where I want to be the best at every single thing I do. That meant for me school, clubs, teams, weight loss once I got into it. So I want you to check your screen time right now. Right now, pause this video, go to your settings, see how much screen time you have. If you have over 30 minutes or over 45 minutes and it's not directly work related, you have time to cut off your phone and to go to the gym. If you're part of the few people who don't, you're gonna have to cut out some social time with your friends, some relaxation time when you're watching TV. You're gonna have to cut it out. That's the reality of it. But I guarantee you, 99% of you spend a good amount of time on your phone. I would definitely say replace the time on your phone with going to the gym. You can spend time on your phone at the gym between sets. I know a lot of people are gonna be mad, be like, no, bro, don't go on your phone between sets. I do it, it's totally fine. Just do not hold up machines for other people. Now that we got that out of the way, you figured out, okay, like I've spent 4 hours on my phone a day, 3 hours on my phone. I'm gonna cut out 1 hour and I'm gonna go to the gym. Now, the second thing a lot of people don't talk about that I always mention to my clients is it's not just about the time, it's about the mental energy. Especially if you work a lot and you have a busy schedule. Like when I work with these doctors who are working 60, 50, 70, 80 hours a week, it is a lot of times more mentally than it actually is time-wise. Because you can block out your time, that doesn't mean you're gonna have the mental energy to go actually do it. So it really comes down to breaking down barriers at that point. What barriers in your life are making it hard for you to get these things done, and how can you remove those barriers? Say for dieting, a lot of the clients I work with don't have time to meal prep. They don't have time to go make their meals. They usually have to get something. That's either when we come up with a plan for what they're gonna get when they eat out, or what they're gonna order that's gonna be an ordered meal prep. Or I'm gonna even have them prep on the weekends. But again, you gotta find something that works for your schedule. So you gotta figure out what extreme are you at. Do you have the time to cook your food every day? Do you wanna meal prep on the weekends for the week? Do you wanna meal prep every few days? It's gonna be different for you and you gotta figure that out. That's what I do with my clients. So if you get a coach, whether that's me or someone else, ask them to help you do that. And then number 2 on this section is you wanna make sure you're actually planning your workouts. The reason a lot of people get stuck in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours, because they get there with no plan. They just get there and they start doing random things. They're checking their phone. They're wasting time on their phone. Again, I definitely think you should use your phone between sets if you're busy, but do not waste time on it. I always set a timer for 1 minute just so I'm not like glued to my phone, which has happened before, I'm not gonna lie. So make sure you're going in with a plan so you're not wasting the precious time you have. You have these 45, 60 minutes in a gym, make sure you don't waste it. Coming up with an approach for your diet and your workouts is gonna make it way easier to make them manageable mentally and just actually physically get it done. And the last thing I wanna mention in this video is that it's never gonna be easy to lose weight. This is something I got trapped into when I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait to next year or to the summer, and then it's gonna be easy to lose weight. It's gonna be so much easier. But the reality is the older you get, the harder it's gonna be to lose weight. I'm pretty young, I'm still 19, but I'm realizing life only gets busier the older you get. Life is not gonna get any easier the more you wait. And I tell this to every single one of my clients, no matter if you're 40, 50, 60, it's always gonna get harder as time goes on. And you can't kick yourself in the butt for not starting earlier. Because again, you just didn't do it. The only thing you can do is kick yourself in the butt for not starting now. And that's not saying you gotta be perfect from this point on, hit every workout, every diet. No, it just means you need to start trying to get better. You need to be putting in the effort. And the truth is, like, this is just gonna be an honest truth. Someone has always done it in a harder scenario than you. Someone has had less time and lost the weight. And I don't say that to try to minimize people's struggles, because again, we all have different struggles. But what you gotta realize is it is possible. The moment you think it's not possible and you think it can't be done is the moment you won't be able to do it. There's another quote that I just read, and it's that the person who thinks he can do something and the person who thinks he can't are both right. The moment you tell yourself you can't do it, you can't lose the weight, is the moment you're never gonna lose it. So instead of waiting for the perfect moment to lose weight, start now. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching with me, check the link in the bio for the application. Other than that, I believe in you guys. Good luck on your journey.